Well, ladies and gentlemen, they got him. They got the rabid animal, cowardly assassin of Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, a UTA student from Ohio who lived in a glacial palace, a $600,000 home. And here's the kicker: his own father turned him in. This coward is such a cowardly, evil, hateful person who should be put down, and I hope he rots in hell. And I pray that God forgives him, because I never will. His own father despised him and thought his actions were so despicable that he turned his own son in. To me, I mean, to be outside of actually preventing his son from doing this, his son's a grown adult going to college, apparently a genius per his mother. I mean, they couldn't really stop this guy. They don't know what he was doing, but they turned his ass in. They got him. The Oregon governor today started off a press conference saying they got him. Tyler Robinson. Know that name. This guy was so filled with hate. And this is from a guy who's supposedly a party who ascribes to a Democratic Party, who claims that they're the moral superior of all right-wing people, all of MAGA, that they're full of love and peace and calm. It's so despicable and hate-filled, he had to go out and shoot Charlie Kirk like a coward. The guy shot him from afar, right? He got up and ran and hid like the coward he is. And here's the thing. Now, let me show you something here, guys. I'm going to bring you to this scene here. This is from the Daily Mail. You could see that right there, right here. Charlie Kirk killer identified as Tyler Robinson after assassination. The suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassination has been identified as Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old Utah resident. Law enforcement sources told Daily Mail that Robinson was taken into custody as the alleged assassin who killed Kirk at a rally at Utah Valley University in Utah on Wednesday. The alleged poo-pewer confessed to his father, Matt, who is a 27-year veteran of the Washington County Sheriff's Department. That's right. His dad is a cop. Sources told the Daily Mail. His father then contacted authorities and secured his son before he could be taken into custody. His mother, Amber Robinson, works for Intermountain Support Coordination Services, a company contracted by the state of Utah to help disabled people receive care. So here is a family that obviously has some sort of conservative values, whose son was being radicalized by the college that he went to, being so upset over their own son's actions that they had to turn him in personally. Get this. He lives in a $600,000 6-bedroom home in Washington, Utah. This guy is a privileged elitist, preaching his own superior immorality. I won't say morality because he's an immoral punk, bitch-ass punk. Here's a picture of him with his family. Here he is at the Utah State University. Look at this little coward. Has to hide his face. And I can't believe that he is actually wearing, a freedom shirt. Like, what you did was not freedom. Freedom is being able to speak your mind, whether you agree or disagree. This guy doesn't want freedom. The only speech that he wants is the speech that he can handle. because she can't handle somebody else having an opinion outside of his own. Because words hurt. My God. Oh, shut up, you freaking goon. And get this, just like that coward that shot up a bunch of kids in Minnesota while they were praying at their church, that transgender punk, mentally ill slime ball, he engraves the bullets, the casings on the bullets. One of them says, "Hey, fascist, catch!" Right? If you read this, you are gay. Laugh my LFMAO. I mean, the guy's supposedly against Charlie Kirk's homophobic statements, but then goes and uses a homophobic epitaph on his thing. I mean, come on. Right? This guy said he expressed dislike for Kirk, describing him to his family as full of hate. Excuse me. He's full of hate? You are so full of hate, Tyler, that you had to go out and shoot him like a coward. And then ran and hid like the punk ass bitch you are. Right? Here's him using a 50 cal. There's a picture of his dad, him and his dad. Here's his mom at graduation. Blah, blah, blah. Here's his. I'm not going to even allow this guy to I'm not going to play the video because I'm not going to give this guy any kind of forum, right? This guy is just a sick individual. And the amount of hate that has come from the left who say that they're the morally superior and they're full of love and calm. At one school, at one college, they wrote in someone spray painting, "Kill all Charlie Kirks." The amount of people that have been fired, teachers, firefighters, politicians, sports people, journalists, that have been fired because they went out and said something derogatory about this man being shot in front of his wife and two small children. My God, you guys are just animals. And I, for one, I'm tired of being placating you guys. I'm tired of trying to talk to you because, as Thomas Sowell says, you can't talk to somebody who is so ignorant in their moral superiority that they can't even see the forest through the trees. That's not a direct quote. It is a paraphrase. These guys, I'm sick of it. I'm just tired of it. Well, guess what, guys? I am Charlie Kirk. Come. If you want my address, you want my phone number, come at me, bro. You're so cowardly. You got to hide. You're like the thugs in the inner cities who can't do anything unless they sucker punch you or stab you from behind on a train. You can't stand up to somebody face to face. You're cowards. You got to act in packs because you can't stand up to somebody or punch them from behind. And then when you are confronted with somebody who also has a weapon, you run like the cowardly, scurry rats that you are. You're all a bunch of thuggish punks. And I, for one, think you should all be eradicated. That's me personally. At this point, that's where I stand. I am in so much anger right now. I don't hate you. I can't hate you. I don't hate anyone. But I am definitely angry at you. That I'm at the point where I'm tired of trying to be the nice guy, trying to talk to people who don't agree with me and try to see the other way. We got people like in my hometown, Verge Bonero, who got fired because he allegedly sexually assaulted somebody, who then goes out and says Trump is a pedophile and a sexual assaulter. Dude, you got fired from the mayor of your city because you sexually assaulted somebody, allegedly. Yeah, you guys are just a bunch of hypocrites. And I hate hypocrites. So I guess I do hate somebody if I, well, I won't say hate. Hate's a strong word, but it's close. My feelings for people who are hypocritical, and I don't care what side of the aisle or what political spectrum you're on. I don't like I don't like you. Now I pray for Tyler Robertson, not because I like him. I know for a fact that he's going to rot in hell and he's going to burn for eternity, and that brings me some sort of solace. And I pray for him that God forgives him, because I'm not going to. I'm not strong enough to do it. I am not strong enough in my Christian faith to forgive you, Tyler. I'm not strong enough for that coward in Wisconsin that shot up a bunch of kids because he is mentally ill and thinks he is a woman when he's not. And all the other transgender mass shooters that's happened over the last few years. I am not the guy. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say loudly and proudly, we need to get rid of you. I don't know by what means that picture entails, but we need to get you out of our country. Either you do it voluntarily or it's done by force in some manner. At this point, I'd rather have the immigrants other than the leftists. I would rather have the illegal immigrants than the leftists and the trans mentally ill slime balls that we have in our country. Because you guys are a cancer. You're a virus. At least the immigrants are coming here to try to have a better life for the most part. There are definitely 20%, 30% of them that are disgusting individuals that need to be shipped back to their countries. But for the most part, most of you guys are trying to make something. So I appreciate that. The fact that you did it illegally and the fact that you're trying to get around paying our taxes and stuff is that's a different story. But I would rather have you guys than those guys. I would rather have the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, the illegal aliens, than the leftists, the Democrats, and those transgenders, LGBTQ pro people. I'd rather have the immigrants. This is what I would think. Let's keep all the immigrants and ship all of these LGBT plus pro trans, all those people, and ship them to those countries because they hate America anyway. They think communism is great. So let's ship them to the communist countries. Let's ship them to North Korea and Venezuela and Colombia and Bogota and, Cuba and Russia. I mean, they think that it's so great over there. Let's ship them out. Let's pay some money and let's bring the immigrants in. That's where I stand right now. But here it is. Tyler Robinson has been caught. Tyler Robinson will find and face a jury of his peers. And here's the better news. In the state of Utah, if found guilty, could face the death penalty. I severely don't think that's going to happen. Personally, he's not going to face the thing. He's going to spend a long time in jail. He's going to be somebody's boyfriend named Bruno in jail for a long time. And you know what? I hope that he yeah. Anyway, I feel he's probably going to make a plea deal. He's probably going to plead guilty. His dad, his mom, and his attorneys can say, "Hey, we got you dead to rights here." They got his fingerprints. They got it. They got his clothes. They got the gun. They got everything they need. They got his own father turning him in. They got videos and pictures of him in his car with license plates. They got it all. It's a shut and done deal. If the prosecution loses this case for whatever reason, then I'm going to tell you right now, it was a setup because they've got everything they need. And this guy should go to wait for jail for a long periods of time. And I hope he has a big, brutish, ugly dude with a thing this freaking long and this freaking round, and he becomes his boyfriend. I really do. Don't drop the soap, Tyler. Because your white elitist ass is going to find a whole new reality. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. They got him. I am so happy. I will tell you what, the last couple of days and I know the FBI was working hard and they were keeping it close to the chest. And I see why they were doing it. But I'll tell you what, I was getting discouraged. I was like, man, they could find the shooter, Trump's shooter, like right now. And then they took this time. But I understand what they were doing. They were methodically looking at all the information to make sure that they truly got their man. And you know what? Kash Patel, the FBI, you are starting to redeem yourselves in my eyes. Kash Patel, you've always been, in my eyes, great. But the FBI, they got a long way to go to really earn my trust and respect again. But this is one step forward. So congratulations to the FBI. Congratulations to the Orem police and the state of Utah. Congratulations. Thank you very much for that. Charlie isn't maybe dead physically. Spiritually, he's going to live on. He lives on with me. His death, his assassination has ignited me in my fervor. I am Charlie Kirk. I will make it my mission from here on out, as best as I can, to spread the message, to communicate. Because communication is the universal solvent, and that is what Charlie Kirk says. I can't be as good as him because I am not as good morally Christian that Charlie was, and I will probably never be. But I'm going to do my best to be a better man. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to start saying something. And why it might seem that I was trying to incite violence earlier, that's just me ranting. Because me personally, I don't want that. I don't want anybody to follow that advice. Do not go out and commit heinous acts of violence, because that makes you just as bad as that animal, that rabid animal, punk ass coward Tyler. We got to be better than him. When they hit low, we go high. So guys, that's my message today. Go out. Say something, do something, talk to somebody. Love on somebody. Hold your family tight. Whether you agree with them or disagree with them, hold them tight. And let's all pray for Tyler Robinson that he finds God. Because I personally, at this point, I can't forgive him. Anyway, guys, that's my message. I am Charlie Kirk. # you guys be Charlie Kirk too. All right.